Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Live. How y'all doing? I am here tonight with Jaslyn Soul. Welcome, Jaslyn.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited about the show.
I'm excited about having you. It's been such a long time since I've, seen you. I know,
Right.
I know Jaslyn from when I was a little girl.
I was 5.
And I don't know how much older I am than you. How old are you right now?
Old enough.
Okay, I got
She
you.
got me by a couple years.
I do.
About three.
Yeah. Okay.
So people that know her age know mine now.
Now you know. But yeah, when I remember her mom used to do my cuticles when we were little, me and my sister Felicia. But it's so good seeing you again, and I'm so proud of you for all that you have been doing and all that you have going on. And so, for those who don't know who Jaslyn Soul is, why don't you give us a little feeling and catch us up a little bit?
Jaslyn Soul is actually Jaslyn Brown, a Minneapolis chick all of my life. Well, not all my life, but born and raised in Minneapolis. I actually was born on Broadway.
On Broadway, how'd that happen?
My mom had me. We were living on Broadway, like you know where PYC is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like across the street. So I was born on Broadway. But anyway,
Was it a home birth?
huh?
A home birth?
No. I was just that was where I lived at. Came home from the hospital right there.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Then right after that. Oh, we lived on 4th Street, and then moved to 5th and Morgan, and that's where I was across the street from your grandma's house, Mrs. Cardwell. So I am a singer, songwriter, actress, producer, director, writer. I pretty much my thing is do all you can while you can. So I'm trying to do everything.
That part.
Yes. I have a lot of things going on that keeps me busy, and I'm too busy for what you doing. So don't be saying that in my inbox.
Right. Okay. Say it again for those that hear you in the back.
I'm too busy for what you doing in my inbox. But yeah, I'm just going with the flow. Wherever it's something that is productive going on, I might be in there like, hey. But let's see. Well, you the host, so do your thing.
So, okay, now you just named off a lot of stuff there. A lot of people ain't gonna be able to keep up. So, just kind of fill us in a little bit about some of the things that you're working on right now that gives you those titles.
Okay, so pretty much it started off with me being so shy but wanting to sing. And actually, when I lived across the street from your grandma, I used to go on the side of the house, and I used to like put my hands on both sides of the wall, and and look around for anybody, and then I would sing stuff, and I used to get really mad at I used to love Mariah Carey, but I used to get mad because I was like, I want to do that too. But I was probably like 5, 6 years old, and then I was just later on down the line, I was getting out of my shell and like singing with people and doing like shows and stuff like that, and talent shows. And then I met this guy. Let me give him his shout out. Dwayne goes by the Corinth. I met him, and he wanted me to do some gospel music.
How old were you?
I was like in my late 20s.
Late 20s.
And which is just a few years ago. But no, I wanted to, I mean, he wanted me to do some gospel music. So I ended up he was managing me and I did some huge shows. So when I started off doing music from singing in the house, I ended up doing some gospel shows and events that were really big, like 300 people and everything. So I just assume whenever you perform, it's always going to be a lot of people, which is not the case. But I did some music with him and everything, met some really cool people that I'm still friends with and everything. And then I ended up doing my own music that I've been writing, which is R&B, neo soul. I ended up doing shows and connecting with some people with the band, the Untouchables, and we did all of our shows. Basically, were for the homeless and awareness and raising money for the homeless and stuff like that, which was really cool. It really had a good purpose. So I did that, and then I ventured off and kind of just did, my own stuff in and out of town and stuff like that. And then I got into acting, and shout outs to Noise. He actually found my first role that I was in, and it was a movie called The Saving. And I really liked the experience that I had. Um, I, I mean, I was standing up in these hills for like 8 hours, and I didn't know like that's how it go. So I learned the hard way, but I really liked it. I actually came in there. I came in there as an extra to just be rooting on the sidelines because it was like a underground fight scene, and the production, which was like a Asian production, they kept looking at me, and I'm like, what are they doing? I'm pointing, I don't, like, what are they talking about? But they came to me and they're like, because it was like your look. So it was, I didn't really fit in on the sides. And so because they asked for like 5 different kinds of looks, and I just put all of them together. So, so when they told me that I should be like the referee in the middle. So I made up my own lines to say, and I did another scene and everything like that. So I'm like, I would like this. So from then on, I were in several films, and then so I'm gonna tell you this story. See, I told her I got a lot to say.
Say it, girl. We're here for it.
Okay, so this is how I got into writing films. Okay, I'm gonna tell this story because it was something that was very negative at the time. But I really I really thank the person. So anyway, I was supposed to be in this series. I'm not gonna say the name, but my manager was like hooking me up with this series, and I auditioned for it or whatever, and they just wanted me in it. So, but the person that was running the series was into me, and I was not. Okay, he was a little younger. I like him a little older, but I just kind of ignored what he was talking about or whatever, and basically, long story short, he pretty much told me if I'm not going to be, what he said was, since you're anti, he said, you don't need to be on my show. Right?
But me, like put out or get out.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't even respond to that because by then I wasn't looking for a show. And then I already been doing it, and I plan on doing it after him. So I ignored it. But then I think a day or so later, he was like, oh, I was tripping this and that or whatever. But I really took it as I need to write my own stuff, and nobody's gonna kick me off of their stuff. I can write my own stuff. So I actually went in there head first and didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I was doing so much research and just looking at scripts and just everything, learning. And I was just writing. Didn't even know the format or whatever. Just like Robert Townsend, he didn't go to schooling and everything like that, so he learned and picked up books and stuff like that. So I ended up starting to write Battles for Love, and it was supposed to be a movie, but when I made it a movie, my good friend Charles Clark, he plays on Empire. He plays on. He's in everything. He won so many awards and everything like that. I met him through singing gospel music.
What role did he play on Empire?
He was Shine's big goon, the light skinned, tall, big guy. And he plays like a lot of detective and police roles, like Evil Stepmothers. Um, he's in a lot of things. He's very inspiring, and motivating, and stuff like that. So that's why I rock with them, because those are my type of people. But he told me, because he actually is one of the main characters, and he told me that this is really good. People can learn from this. You need to make this into a series. So there I go again, jumping here first, and then I knew some stuff by then, but it was really a lot and really consuming me. So I stepped away from it, and I ended up writing some other films, like a film called Patty and Tiff, a comedy. It's about my daughter and my dad's neighbor. It's really, really funny, and I really plan on filming that soon. I wanted to do it this summer, but I worked on that, and then I was jumping around on different projects, and then I ended up working with Keeson Jackman. We did a play called My Mama Told Me, and it was very successful here. We performed it at the Lab Theater. We had 2 shows back to back, and we had packed shows. I mean, we had like 100 VIP for each show, sold out. We had everybody there. It was a really, really good experience. I mean, we had the red carpet, cameraman, everything. So I ended up doing that, and we wrote actually almost at the same time, wrote a spin-off movie to it called Charmingly Psycho, which was really great. It's basically the film. I mean, it's the play, but it's got a lot more going on. And the play is about domestic violence, HIV/AIDS, and gun violence. So it's really it's really a good thing. And then after that, I know I'm gonna forget some stuff. I told her I'm gonna forget some. I told her I forgot. I told her I was going to write stuff down so I won't forget, and I forgot to do that.
Hey, I understand. It's busy out here for us movers and shakers.
Yeah. So then, I ended up. Let me see. I know I'm skipping over some stuff, but let me see. It's some stuff I'm skipping, but I might catch back and get back to it. But jumping forward, I ended up. I work with my boy Ernest. He is a comedian. He is an actor. He is a cool person. He's really got my back. He had told me about this Hollywood films that they're looking for a baby mama, and I am somebody baby mama. So I auditioned for that, and then I got that role, me and my daughter. So we were in this film called Black Skin. And with this film, I do behind the scenes work. And now I am the producer of the film. This film will be playing here in Minneapolis in September. Towards the end of September, it'll be playing here, and
Where at?
I'm putting all the stamps on it, but I'm putting this together. It's going to be a red carpet event. We have in this film, so this film is basically about a guy and how he was living his life and his with his business and everything through all of the police brutality and the George Floyd dying and just basically the people dying here in Minneapolis due to the police and how they're coping with everything in their life. So this film, we shot here in Minneapolis. This film has Miguel Nunez. He plays in there as Jonathan. Miguel played in, he's Joanna Man. He also played on the movie Life. He's been in the game for so long. When you see him, you know him. He's in there. He will be in town and for this red carpet premiere event for the movie Black Skin. And then we have Dwayne Finley. He played on the wood. He will be, he's actually one of the main characters, and he will be here in town as well at this red carpet event. We have a few other people that are known in the game that's going to be here for this red carpet event, and this film is you know it's really what's going on. So I'm sure a lot of you will come out. It'll be more about it coming soon. I do have a Facebook page called Black Skin the Movie. So check that out. I just made the page the other day, so I just been adding people on there today. So if you didn't get notification, it's coming, but go in there and add yourself to Black Skin. Then after Black Skin, I did a movie called Only in the MIA. And so Only in MIA, I did everything in this film but hold the camera. This film is also a Hollywood film, and it has the late, great Debo Tiny Lister from the 1995 movie Friday. Big Debo, knocking people out. He is in the film, and it was so great work with him before he passed away, unfortunately. But I worked with him, and he is just he was a really cool dude. He actually was supposed to play in my film Patty and Tiff. Me and him talked about it, and he was like, "Count me in." And so it's unfortunate that he couldn't be in there, but I'm keeping the character the same. D Block, I called the character D Block. Wrote different things to match Tiny Debo Lister, but we did that film. Also, Ella Joyce is in that film. She plays on the show Rock. She plays on all types of stuff for years. Set It Off. She was a police officer in Set It Off. She's in there. She's really cool. That's my girl. Then Baleen plays on Wild Wild West, Will Smith and everything. This movie is a comedy. It's funny. We all through Miami. We doing the most in Miami. That movie it's pretty much done. So it's getting edited and everything. Then let me think. We have a movie called Halfway, and Halfway is about 7 men living in a halfway house and all of their issues. And so that film, we have the rapper Mano. He's in there. Me and him had a love scene. And he had this fake mustache, right? That he got to keep putting on each day, the makeup artist. But it was, when you kissing on it, it's it just start coming off of your lip gloss. And I'm like, we had a scene and I'm just like,
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it. But yeah, he's definitely an interesting guy. Then we have we have Dennis L.A. White. He plays in there. He plays a Notorious B.I.G. film. He's been doing films forever. You know, music. Like he's really he's that dude. He also plays in one of my productions that I'll talk about in a second. Then Damian Hall, he plays in the film as well from the singing group Guy.
Okay.
He's my dude. He played in one of my productions too. So I'm doing my show called I have a few shows. I have a Rollin' with D show where we doing interviews and everything. Me and my girl Demonica Fly. We just talked about some more upcoming episodes today. I have a show called Twisted Thoughts, which I do with me and my two kids, my son Zakai and my daughter Legacy, and then my friend Innocence. He plays in that show as well, and it is so funny. I'm not putting nothing out until I have like 10 plus episodes, and then I put it out.
At least a season.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix this real quick.
Then let's see. I have and then we have the latest show is Minneapolis Sound documentary, and that is produced by myself and my girl Demonica Fly, and directed by Mark Casey. These films that I'm talking about I'm working with Mark Casey. He's a director, so shout out to him. But Minneapolis Sound documentary is another film that is shot in Minneapolis. We went out of town to shoot people out of town, like Ralu from the SOS band, Sherelle. We interviewed her, and that was in Atlanta. But this Minneapolis Sound documentary is the Minneapolis Sound, the people that Prince left behind. And no, we're not getting dirt on Prince. That's what people are, they just assume the negative, but really it's called Minneapolis Sound, the people that Prince left behind. So are you the people that Prince left behind? What are you doing? And how are you in connection to the Minneapolis Sound and being a part of the Minneapolis Sound?
And how are you affected by Prince and his legacy?
And how were you at when Prince died? At the same time, people feel as though this is almost like their last time to talk about them, or they got to get stuff off their chest. So we have people that talk about their personal stories in the industry, or working with people, or how the industry has changed. So they go on and talk about their experience and what they feel like. So we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it is definitely a great film, because it's like when we were sitting here interviewing people, we really felt like Prince was in the room, because they talk about stuff that they never even talked about with anybody, or experiences they had with Prince, and their good times or different things that they did. So this is going to be awesome, and we are almost done with the film. We have a couple interviews. I had talked to Jimmy Jam, and I told him, you are the puzzle, you are the last piece to the puzzle. So he agreed to get interviewed, which was cool, because he actually bumped into me at my birthday party. So at the Moxie Hotel Uptown. So those are pretty much, I know I'm missing some stuff, but that is what's going on. And so that's the films that I did. But then I am currently right now all about my people, the community, and everything. So Studios by X, me and my boy Deshaun have been really working hard on this program, where we are working with people that are into any kind of part of film, filming movies, editor, writer, actors, directors, producers, can all be a part of our community. And what I mean by that is that our company, Studios by X, is a company related to film where program is traditional filmmaking mixed with virtual reality. And what you see in these Hollywood films and music videos of these mainstream artists, that's what we have access to. And we have it in a way where you can work remotely from wherever you are in our community and still get that fantastic Hollywood look to your projects. And we're actually working on getting soon an LED room here in Minneapolis somewhere, because we're trying to make sure we're reachable. You know, Hollywood has this stuff, but they're Hollywood. We're in your neighborhood, and
Okay, I like that.
and we're Black owned.
So how do people access this resource? Because like, is this something that would cost people a lot of money? Are you guys kind of making it affordable for people in our community? How does that work?
Yes, affordability. Yes. So this is a program where you can be anywhere. You don't have to be here. You can be in Africa, China, or whatever, and still access our program. What we have left is the inner workings of the program, which is how people would navigate this once they get into the program, and just so I don't have to keep explaining. But this program will save you time. You don't have to, so if people who know about LED rooms and stuff like that, or walls, you can flick through different scenes of your project just like that. Instead of taking time to go scout and look for locations, pay for your actors to fly here, for travel, for food, for hotel.
It's kind of like a green screen type of deal.
Yeah, it's something like a green screen, but it's different. It's different levels to it. You know, this will help you to say if you want to be somewhere in Africa and want the Africa look. Okay, we can create that, or it's already built in the cloud with somebody else, FX artist created already. So this way you can have the location that you want without physically going to the location or flying out there, paying the actors and stuff like this. This is a shortcut to a lot of things. Even if you just wanted some scenes done and then you just film the rest of it the traditional way. And if you're looking for people to film your film the traditional way, we have the community of workers ready to work. So we already have people signing on left and right to be with the company, because these projects are going to be flying in for us to work on, because we are a fraction of the price and you get it done a fraction of the time, because we can work on anybody's show real time, editing, directing from wherever we are real time while you're doing it. So when you get done, you don't have to send it over here to get colored. You don't have to send it over there to, do the sound. Everything get done at the same time.
So we could actually be sitting like on the beach, sipping some coladas right now.
Yep. And I can be sitting here and I can be telling somebody over there in Spain, oh no, move that, put that down, do that. My cameraman could be at his house and he is using not a physical camera, it is actually a computer camera. So he's in and out, doing the same traditional things from where he's at. So it's pretty cool and convenient, So we're getting this all, and it's proven to work time after time. So this isn't something that just is made up. It's out there, but we're right here, and we're Black owned. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff with him on that. We got some pretty big people interested in what we got going on, and so I'm excited about that. He's excited about that. Studios by X is where it's at. And let's see what other questions you have before I keep rambling.
Okay, so that was a lot. Okay, you're accomplished out here. I love it. I love it. Seriously.
I said I didn't want to forget anything, so okay.
Well, you're doing pretty good. Well, I don't know what all you have because you do have a lot, but yeah, that was a great list of accomplishments that you have achieved as an actress.
Thank you.
And I'm like, it's so much, and you're a singer too. You're a songstress. You have an album.
Yes.
How many albums do you have?
So I put out my first album called Chasing That Dream. And I have a song on there called Chasing That Dream as well. So Ben Obi produced it, and I just had my birthday party, album release party, and magazine revealing of my magazine that I'm on the cover, Ace Magazine.
I saw that on your Facebook page. It was beautiful.
Thank you. I actually have one here because I still have.
Where's that? Let's show it real quick.
Okay. Ta-da! So this is me on the cover.
Let me see now a little close up here.
And I have the whole story. I don't have to explain the whole story. I have the whole story on Instagram. I know on YouTube. I made a video of the whole experience of working with Ace Magazine and Ace. Ace, the owner of this magazine, he actually came out here to Minneapolis. He came to my birthday party, and in return, I came to Florida to his 20-year anniversary of the magazine. So that was a really great experience. If you go to my YouTube, Jaslyn Soul, you will see the whole experience in Miami, the mansion party, and all the celebrities that I met and everything for being in this magazine. And his magazine is pretty cool because it has two covers. So Shamsia is on the other side with the boobie out. So this magazine, Shamsia, when she was what she had was her album release party and was giving out this magazine and promoting the magazine. So every time they gave out this magazine, guess who on the other side?
Nice.
Yeah, so she which gave me the idea to do the same thing. So I did my album release party and presented the magazine as well. So shout out to Ace Magazine. He's super dope. We got some more stuff coming up. I mean, he's in the LA for the BET Awards, and I told him I gotta sit my tail down for like at least a month. I can't go to that. I also have a movie premiere on Saturday, so for a movie that I'm in called Little Secret. I'm the main character, Eva.
Is that open to the public?
Huh?
Is that open to the public?
It is open to the public. It's a red carpet event at on Saturday at 6:00 at Park Center High School. So it'll be showing there, a red carpet event, best dress, get surprise and stuff like that. So my boy Jonathan and Gigi had put that film together. We were filming it during the COVID time, so we finally got everything together. But that movie is all about watch these heifers because they probably trying to be after your husband. And I don't play about my husband. So
are you married?
I am not married. I am so single.
Okay.
You know, I just told somebody the other day, which made fun of me. I said, I need me a Russell. If you ain't a Russell, then I don't care how square they say Russell is. Sierra's husband. But I want a Russell or somebody
leave Russell alone. Okay.
I know. I love that. I love that cheesy, corny stuff. Just not too much of it, but I mean, I like that. That's super dope.
I mean, but why does it have to be cheesy and corny? You know?
I know. It's because you know what? It's not something that is is going on out publicly like that. You know what I mean? Like they wait for special days, men and women wait on special days to, do nice gestures and things for their partner or whoever they're seeing.
I think we need to get back to love out here.
Yeah, so he's doing that openly, like, this my girl, she ain't going nowhere.
Yes.
So I ain't mad at Russell. But yeah, I've been single for a long time, but I've been doing like a lot of everything. So
you don't got time.
Yeah, it's like maybe I don't have. I mean, I wouldn't say I don't have time, because you do make time for who you.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that I don't know where Russell is. It's some people, I ain't gonna lie, they're cool, so it could be Russell potential, but I don't know. We found Russell, and I ain't settled until I find Russell.
I know that's right. Okay, why settle? You got so much going on. You got like you bring the table. You done made it up and all that stuff. Why settle?
Yeah, that's right. I think, and you know what I think too, for being single for so long, kind of get used to it, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be used to it forever though, but yeah.
So, okay, you told a story earlier about somebody who was kind of like, put out or get out. Is that something that you experience a lot when you're, auditioning for movies or just on the scene?
I feel like I can't trust what people say.
Okay.
Because you don't know if they're like just saying it because they're feeling you, or they're really serious about, doing whatever it is. So it's hard to trust somebody of what they say. They gotta be like, okay, show me paperwork, or let's do this. Let's get it going. Not, I got this going on. I want you to do this. Or I want you to be in this song, or you just gotta kind of watch, because people have other intentions and stuff that they're not forward with. So yeah, but I've really been catching on real fast, and I do a lot of stuff on my own. So it's like I learned to just kind of make my own path and do my own thing, so I don't have to be kissing notes.
I heard that. Do you have like a mentor?
I do. I have some really good people around me and it's not even like, it can be any kind of thing. It don't have to be somebody that's known or stuff like that. But I do have people around me that motivate me, encourage me, and push me. One person is my girl, Demonica Fly. She has the biggest heart in the world. This lady does so much for everybody. I mean, she'll call me in the middle of the night with something on her chest about somebody else that has nothing to do with her, but she's so worried about their situation and how they gonna pull through. And she's been going on with so much stuff, and the loss of her son and everything. And she's so strong, with I couldn't imagine, but she's so strong with everything and how she wants to help other people. And I'm gonna give her flowers and her props to Demonica Fly, because she definitely has a story, and she's a badass singer. She's a badass vocal coach. She don't let you be in your comfort zone. So she's that's my girl. We got a lot of stuff going on. She's on the Rollin' with D show, and she's the producer of the Minneapolis Sound documentary, because she definitely knows about the Minneapolis Sound. I have my dad. My dad is like the biggest supporter in the world. Everybody loves my daddy, Mr. Brock Brown.
Shout out to Mr. Brock Brown.
Yes. She know my daddy. We go way back. But then I have, people that I've worked with, and, even my friend Eno, who's doing so much, good father and everything. My boy Charles Clark, my boy Big Hef. Everybody is like doing things around me. Those are the people that I keep around me. Just like we were talking about earlier when we were saying, you gotta keep pushing, because people don't see your dream like you see it.
Right.
So they're not gonna be down like you are and passionate as you. So some people just fall off, and I kind of don't look back.
Yeah. I think that's important, to surround yourself with people who are going where you want to go.
Yeah.
It kind of helps with that vision.
And willing to help you with what you got going on,
right?
When they see you passionate about it. So I got a lot of people around me that's rooting. I even have people that come up, like my dad said the other day, somebody came up to him and was like, "You Jasmine Stowe's dad." And so I get that too, and I don't know who the people are. So I think that's pretty cool too, that people are watching, even the ones that, I ain't gonna say, but a little bitter. But at least they still watching and giving views and stuff like that. And motivation to keep on pushing. So
Now, you talked about a movie that you did with your daughter. How you have a son and a daughter, right?
Yes.
15 and 8.
My daughter is 8 and my son turns he's 16.
Okay.
And he's bigger than me.
Listen. That's crazy. I know, because my kids are growing up and I'm just like, wow, it's crazy.
So fast.
I get it. Do you motivate your kids to kind of go down the same path that you're going down, or do you see like different characters within them where they're choosing kind of their own lane? Or
it's funny you say that too, because my daughter is like everything like me. She loves to sing. She loves to act. She's been in her first film when she was 6, and she's been in several music videos. She's been in Hollywood films. She's been in a couple of plays. My daughter is taking acting, dance class, ballet, and tap dancing class, and singing class.
Do you have to take her to all this?
I do. That's what I told you. I was running around all day. My dad really helps me out too. But yeah, she has a class, and then she has a break for an hour. Then I got to bring her back to the class. Like, she's every day of the week she's doing it, and she loves it. She wants to be there early. She's in the Lion King play, which is coming up. That will be at Lindstrom Performing Arts. Yeah. So she's at home singing the Lion King songs all day. I'm like, oh my God, if she don't shut up with these songs.
She might be. I think my nephew is. He goes to Lindstrom, so I think they might be in the play together. Oh, that's
really?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. She loves it there. We just did a play there. Called the Cinderella, Rise Up Cinderella.
Okay.
And I was in the play. I played my daughter's grandma.
What's your daughter's name?
Legacy.
Legacy? Okay.
Yes, little Legacy. But I played her grandma, and they really loved how she acts. So the owners and everything of Lindstrom, they wanted her to come to do an audition. So she went to do the audition and killed it.
Nice.
So she's there doing her thing with them. She has something coming up. I have another, which brings me to the plays. I have a play that is coming up that I'm in September called Deadbeat Who, my boy Anthony to star. He wrote that film, and so the play. So I'll be in that play too. I'm glad I thought of plays. I almost forgot about you. But I'll be in that too. But for my kids, my daughter is all about acting, and when we were doing film, she wants to stay until, I remember we stayed until like 6 a.m. filming. We wasn't even filming. We were done filming our part, but she wanted to stay and watch. And damn near cried because I was like, no, let's go home. She was like, Mom, please. So we stayed there so she can watch to see what they're doing. She loves acting. She's a great actress at 8 years old. That's why I wrote a whole film for her called Patty and Tiff, which is extremely funny. As far as my son, he's the total opposite. He's really, really reserved, quiet. I don't think I ever got upset with him his whole life. He's like just the dream kid.
Nice.
I mean, he does very well in school, and he actually works for his school for Medica. So he's really a reserved person, which I felt like he needed to come out of his shell because he reminded me of when I was younger and I was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I put him in the Twisted Thoughts show. And the first time he did his acting, first he told me, "Mom, can somebody please do it? I don't want to do it no more." I'm like, "No, you're going to do it." So when he did it though, he was so happy about it, how it turned out, that he seen himself. And what I was doing was trying to open him up to be different people and get comfortable outside of your skin. So he loved it. And so we've been filming episodes of the Twisted Thoughts coming soon. So look out for that.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
My daughter did not her first fashion show, but she did Minnesota Fashion Week with Kiana Cook. She produced that show. It's really big and nice.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of fabulous designers in there, and she told me before she went out, she's like, "Mom, I'm nervous." But then she went out there and she like totally killed it, like she was comfortable. And it was like you said, until they actually get that opportunity and that experience, they don't have a clue. So that is
they got to get that little nervous bug out, and they out there. My daughter was like that when we did the her play that she was in. I was in it too. She was backstage like, "I don't want to go out there." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, you have to go out there. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna go out there." So when she went out there and she got done, she couldn't wait for the next show. She just was like, I want to keep doing it. So yeah, she really loved it. I even got my dad in acting too. He played in my play, My Mama Told Me, as the pimp called Wavy. And he was nervous. Oh my gosh, he was so nervous. But then after he got done, he was like, "Man, I could just do that again and again." So some people don't know like what their talent is. That's why you have to try everything. Like I remember T.I., like what he does with his kids, like he just tries different things because you never know what they were really like or what they're really good at. So you got to open up, these experiences for your kids to see what they like to do. You never know. They can be the best at it.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, let me shout out to Lunchroom because they offer acting classes, dance classes. They offer like a variety of stuff within the arts, and they offer it for anybody to be able to do it. Okay. So if you have children and you're interested in getting them in the arts or acting or anything like that, go to Lunchroom. They got scholarship opportunities. Like there's like just opportunities for you to get your children involved, no matter what your economic status is, no matter how many activities they got going on. They got something for you, so go check it out.
Yeah, I called them before the classes start, and I could not find different things. I'm like, okay, because she hasn't been in some of these classes, so I'm like, I don't know where to find this at. They're like, "Oh, we got it all here." So they got a whole room full of things you can buy, that or use stuff that you can use that they have there. So that was cool. I'm like, I'm over here sweating trying to find these different things, and you guys got it right here.
Yeah, it's awesome. What was I gonna ask you? I had to throw that shout out in there and threw myself off. But anyways, your kids are amazing. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. How do you juggle being a full-time single mom and all that you have going on? I know you said you have a strong support system, your dad, and
yes. On top of that my kids are finally a little old enough to be like kind of watching the sale. But I think just basically I've been doing this for a while where they're used to it. They're used to. My daughter loves to go out of town and stuff like that and do the film thing. But I think just making sure you still do have time with your kids. Like Friday, I'll be going to this movies and stuff with my son and my daughter and his little friend. So don't get used to. I'm like, this dating thing is new to me. But yeah, I got some pointers on how to be. So I'm not going to be who I was a couple weeks ago. I'm going to be more open and.
What happened a couple weeks ago?
Because I used to tell my son, like, I'm your only girlfriend. My dad was like, quit telling him that, you know. So now when you're kind of older and then you have this little friend, oh mom, I have this friend, you know, and I'm like, then when I call a couple people that are guys, they have the worst advice. I was like, no, you're not talking to my son.
What kind of advice do they give?
They're like, somebody I know was like, oh, when I was 10, I had two girls. We go to the movies and I do this. I'm like, what? you do what at 10? No. And then other people like, yeah, their stories about their not being guided. So I think, this is just kids are growing up. They do got to learn some stuff on their own. You can't hold their hand all the time, but I'm definitely gonna have some stories. I'm definitely gonna embed things in the head where they think first. So
you include a lot of this in your scripts and stuff.
When you write a script, you do incorporate what's going on in your life. It's hard not to, or other people's story. A lot of my films are real life. I really like writing drama in real life, but then at the same time, my comedy is so funny too. So I like comedy. I like drama. I'm trying to do everything in the film, like do a cartoon, animation, and with the studios by X, we about to have everything with that. So I'm excited about it.
Nice.
Yes.
So yeah, I usually ask people like, "What's your hidden talent? Are you like a comedian for real?"
I think I am like my homegirl Sonia D. She's a comedian. She's been on everything, Queens of Comedies, Def Jam, and all that stuff. She's an excellent writer. She has a show that she's working on called Besties. I play one of the characters. She actually always tells me, we talk on the phone for like 4 hours, and she's like, "You are so funny," but she's the comedian, so she's like, "You're so funny." So I think I'm funny, sarcastic, and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been told back in the day, not that far back, we got a little smart mouth. But it's just me being, sarcastic with things. So.
Well, that's awesome. I tell a few jokes myself. Just kidding. Don't get me started. I'm not. I think my sister is more the comedian in the family over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What else? So you're a singer, writer, producer, director. What was the other thing that you said that you do?
I do. I'm a casting director.
Casting, okay.
I do hair and makeup on set. I do I do everything.
If it needs to be done, you're gonna make it happen.
I'm gonna make it happen because I'm the producer. So I'm gonna run over there with all of my hats and get the stuff done.
I like that. No excuses for nothing. That's probably why you're doing so well, because you go after it. That's so.
I like to see progress and completeness, and so I just like to work on everything, and because okay, I'm gonna talk about this. I wasn't gonna talk about it, but if you have the magazine,
talk about it. Go ahead.
All of my business is in this magazine. Okay, so and when I was getting interviewed by this magazine, first of all, the owner of the magazine, he told me I was gonna get interviewed, and the guy that's interviewing me, he works with all these celebrities. He does not interview people that don't have things going on, So I was just kind of nervous because, he interviewed all these people. So he had texted me and was like, "Oh, okay, you got a bio for one, right?" So I sent him the bio, and then he texted me back and said, "Wow." And I was like, okay, so that must be a good start. So when I had the interview with him, I started talking about stuff, and then we got on the subject of, why so much I'm on go. And then I dipped into it and then I pulled out and he was like, no, you need to talk about that type of stuff. People need to know. So some years back, I was subscribed this medication, and at the time they didn't know, but I ended up having 2 strokes, right? So when I had these 2 strokes, first of all, I didn't know I was having a stroke. I was the only one in my family that had a stroke at that time, so I didn't know what was happening to me. I had like a headache for 5 days, and then like the 6th day, it was really bad, and I couldn't kick out my right leg to get up and walk. And I'm like, what is this? So I ended up like crawling up my stairs in my townhome, all the way up the stairs, crawling. And then my sister's like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know. And I raised my hand, and my hand was just moving on its own. And I grabbed my hand and I looked at her like, what is that? So, long story short, I was in the hospital for a while, and I couldn't, eventually, I couldn't even talk. I couldn't think. I couldn't move. And nobody knew what was wrong with me. So imagine yourself being in the first hospital. I went to 2. The first hospital for like 20 days and not knowing what's wrong with you. I can walk on a walker one day, and then the next day I couldn't move and I couldn't talk. I could just mumble. And they had me on so many medications and morphine pumps that I found out later they couldn't find out what's wrong with me because I was too drugged up. And I took so many tests and spinal tap fluid and MRIs, CAT scans, brainwave things they put in my hair. It was terrible. But what I found out is going to the second hospital, big ups to North Memorial, who is a stroke hospital, found out what was wrong with me and said, you've been having strokes. And when they told me this, I passed out, and for like at least 2 weeks, I don't remember anything. My sister was like, you were doing this, you were doing this. They kept telling you to sit down. And I don't remember any of that. But I would say this, I felt like I was 500 years old. And when I say that, I really felt like I was 500 years old, because once I was able to leave the hospital, it took me 8 months to look out to actually open my blinds to my place without my sunglasses on, because I had to keep the sunglasses on. Any like light is like, you get these rebound headaches that are like hell on earth. And I couldn't close my hand. I couldn't the stuff I was thinking about if I was going to be able to sing. And the doctor had even told me, he's like, you got to, focus on your life right now. Because I even said that to him. So once I was able to get my hand going and close, and I can like write and be able to speak and think clearly, because I couldn't even think of what the order is to make a sandwich, because it was like, you would think of something and then it's just gone, and you don't remember what you were thinking about or what you're saying. A lot of people, the main thing I hated was people finishing my sentences. I would start a sentence and I would get in 3 words and forget everything I'm talking about, and they would finish it for me. But I wanted to learn. I wanted to do it on my own, but they were so trying to help me, but it really was frustrating me. But long story short,
a result of some medication that you were prescribed.
Yeah, I was healthy. I didn't drink or smoke or anything. I was young, so that was a hot mess to that rest of that story. But I learned. I believe that what happened to me is that I appreciated things more, and I've been on go and want to get. Even my grandma, she's nervous, like, you don't want that to happen to you. You're doing so much. And the reason why I'm doing so much is because you just never know. And with stuff that is going on now, you just want to get things and do things, and get them done. But that happened to me. I really felt like I wasn't on the right track as far as my purpose. And now I feel like that happened to me. I'm more like, let's get some things done. Let's, do some things that I always wanted to do. I'm at the hospital talking about, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sing anymore. So that was one thing that was on my mind, and I was working so much back then, like so much just working, but not doing what I love to do.
What kind of work were you doing?
I had so many, like, I had office jobs. I was taking care of people. My uncle was staying with me, and he had some issues with him, but it was so hard taking care of him. He had a lot going on, and we finally got him into a group home and stuff in Duluth. But I just had a lot of things I was going through, and I feel like I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. So when this happened to me, it really had me sit down because I couldn't even move. I couldn't do anything but sit there and think, almost like a person that's sitting in prison. Wow. So I ended up just doing everything. And that's what I put. What I say a lot is do all you can while you can, because you never know, And I had a lot of people that isolated me, like, because it's like one day you cool and talking and hanging out, and then the next day, they see you and you can't talk and stuff. So I felt that people were like, they didn't know what to say to me, or they didn't know if I was crazy now or anything like that. And it was this lady that I knew that had the same thing happen to her. And I was telling people, like, no, you need to go see her. You need to act like she's the same person that she was, because I was in them shoes, and I felt like people thought I was like weird or crazy or something like that, And like the doctor told me, he was like, you're supposed to die twice. So I really been focused and everything, and really I'm making a movie about it so people can see through somebody's eyes of how they actually feel when something like that happens. So I'm working on that as well.
Okay, in this movie, are you like going through everything that happened? Because like I'm kind of blown away,
I know. I say it so easily, but then people look at it like, what? And then they're like, you look all right. I'm like, I better look all right.
I know that's right. You do. You look fabulous. And like, how did you recover from that?
It took a long time. They told me I'll be on blood thinners the rest of my life. I took myself off all the medication. I couldn't believe I was taking all of it. I was taking morphine, Oxycontin, MS Cotton, some thing you take and it like lasts all day. Because if you have any kind of breaks between your medication, it's like it hurts so bad, And I had to take, that episode of Martin where he gets beat up and his face is like this and swollen. I'm telling you, my head was like that. My head was like that because I had to take these steroids to grow your brain back or whatever. And what I wanted every day was oatmeal with a pound of butter in there. And my sister's like, you really gonna eat that? And it's because, you crave different things when you take it. But I'm telling you, within days, I can see my head on both sides.
Oh my goodness.
I can see this. And my sister's like, oh, you can't, you're fine. I'm like, my head is swollen. So the neighbor had come over and she hasn't seen me. She's like, oh my God, your head is so big.
Oh my goodness.
I told my sister, I was like, yeah, my head is big, like I said, but it took me a long time to, to get myself off of everything. And I felt as though it would happen to me again. So I had bad anxiety because I would forget what I'm doing or where I'm going, and it would last a little bit. So I kind of panic because I feel like I'll be walking around and I don't know my own name. So I had that for a long time where I felt like that, and it got shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. I mean, I wasn't supposed to drive or anything because I just was having that feeling or whatever. But me, I think it just really changed a lot of things around in my point of view of things and stuff like that. So I actually appreciate that happening to me, which is kind of weird, but I do because I don't know what else would have been going on if it didn't happen to me. You know,
Kind of got
I'll
you.
be somebody else's slave working for them.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that happened to me, and it was a terrible thing. So this movie will show in my eyes what happened and what I seen and how I felt like I was trapped in my body because I couldn't communicate with people. You know how somebody's in a coma and they say they can hear everything?
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is. You can hear everything, but you can't tell people how you feel. You can't. I was saying the opposite of everything when the nurse come in the room, like, you need something? And I'm like, no. And I'm mean. I'm mean and I'm crying all the time because you don't have no control over your mind. And when they say your mind is a powerful thing, I found that out during this happening to me because nobody knew what you go through. My sister was even going through classes at the hospital, and she said she went to a class and this guy was laughing the whole entire time at his best friend's funeral because he had a stroke and he didn't know how to control himself. Because I would look at my arm and my leg and they say have initiative, and I would look at it like move and it would move, and I never thought it would come back. So it was very depressing and frustrating during that time, and I lost a lot of people that I was cool with because they just didn't know, or whatever. And there's people like coming back now. This happened some years ago, but they didn't know how to approach the situation. I guess I don't know, but I'm fine, y'all. I got nothing wrong with me. Everything works.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
Mind is on point.
What was the initial medication that you were taking? What did you get prescribed that medication for?
Okay, so I actually I didn't need it. I didn't need the medication. It was just like, oh, it's good for your skin and this and that and this and that. But it was the birth control pills that I was taking, and I only took 26 of them. And then this happened. So when the ambulance came, they're like, what did you take? What did you take? I'm like, nothing. They're looking around the house. I'm like, nothing.
Listen, my mom told me when I was real young, she told me don't take anything unless it's been on the market for like 15 to 20 years because that's when, the side effects and all that start coming out. But I did birth control too coming up. I started in high school. I took it for like 10 years or something like that. And it really affected like my hormones in a certain way. And, it's crazy because a lot of times they throw medication at you to try to fix things, or it's not even really to try to fix things, it's to try to cover symptoms and that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And it's crazy that you would have been what it seems like otherwise perfectly healthy had you not taken that. But that's really, I'm glad that you put that out there because, a lot of people take birth control.
Yeah, and other common things too that just it might work for somebody else, but your system might be a blood clotting system. You don't know until something like this happens, and then you got 2 hospitals trying to figure out what's wrong with this young girl that wasn't drinking or smoking or anything, and then this happens. So yeah, it's definitely scary.
I'm glad you made a full recovery. I'm glad you that got you on the path that you are today because I think you're doing phenomenal.
Thank you. You are too, girl.
Thank you.
You are doing it. I mean, we're childhood friends, and it's nice to see people are on the right track. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Before we check out, I want you to let everybody know all of your social media channels, every way that they can support you, ways that they can purchase your album, and a little bit about what you have coming up next.
Okay, so you can find me JazlynnSoul.com, Facebook Jazlynn Soul, JAZZLYNSOSOUL, Instagram Jazlynn Soul, YouTube Jazlynn Soul. My music is on every platform. Jazlynn Soul, Chasing That Dream album. It is there. check me out because, like I said, the Studios by X, we're looking for everybody with the film background or interest or whatever in film to come and join the community. And we're always looking for people in films or other people's films that ask us to do their films that are looking for people. So check that out. And then these upcoming movies that's coming out. The premiere is Saturday at 6 o'clock at Park Center High School in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. And the other premiere for Black Skin is coming up in September. So that's definitely going to be an experience that you want to be in and see the celebs and take pictures and everything. Trying to put together after party. So make sure you stay in tune with your girl, Jasmine Soul.
That's right, y'all. Stay in tune.
And I know I've been yapping, y'all, but I said I didn't want to forget anything. I look at old videos and I'm like, I forgot to say this and this and that. So
no, it was very informational. You know, I enjoyed hearing about all that you have going on. There's a lot of people out there, like you said, that want to, you know, get into acting and, you know, want to know how you got to where you are today. So it's been wonderful hearing your story. I know there's, you know, there's only a piece of it, and there's so much more that we could go into if we had more time. But yeah, don't ever apologize for your story because it's amazing. It's inspirational. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Inside and out. And I really, truly appreciate you coming here and sharing your story.
Having me and catching up with you, girl.
Absolutely. I have to hang out again after this so we don't get rid of y'all a little bit. Go have us a little girl fun. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
And we hope to see you back next Wednesday, same time, same place. We're gonna have Eva Nyree Garrett on. She's a master herbalist, so she's gonna tell us about herbs and how they're good for you and all that stuff. She's a real life medicine woman. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Peace out, y'all. Let's look at these Instagram comments real quick before we sign out.
Okay.
Because I know I see some people on here. Let's see. Sunny day every day. Hey, Sunny. Hey. Act Bionic. Let's see. Bees and Pay. You know some of these people. Kiana. B-Fly. DJ Mix Nizzle and Nizzle. Joe Mota. Niles. Hey. We really appreciate all of y'all tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. And
hey.
All right, we signing out. Y'all take care.
All right.